Yeah, I got sick and I lost about 11 pounds, which isn't really good for someone of my stature. So I was pretty weak and a little rusty, and my yardages were off and everything was kind of weird. So I got strong and came back and started playing better.
How did you find the transition from web.com onto PGA Tour? Because it's a very different ball game, I imagine.
I mean, yeah, if you just look around right now, there's just a lot more buildings. It's much more confusing to navigate your way through a golf course, and the web prepares you for it. Not the people, obviously, but the fans, I should say. They come out, but not in this force. So there's a lot more going on at a PGA Tour event than a web.com event. It's weird, you know, when you go into player dining, you see Rory, Jason Day, Jordan, all those guys, but it seemed like they're nice when I was a golf fan watching them on TV, and now that I'm out here with them, they're even nicer. So with that said, it makes it easy for me to kind of to get around. It still feels weird, to be honest. You know, I just walked across a bridge with Rory, and every kid wants his autograph, which is great for me because I don't have to stop.
Yeah.
But it's really cool.
One man who's been a constant throughout your whole career, your dad, who is your swing coach, the only coach that you've ever had. How did that partnership come around? Why did you decide that?
You know, at first it wasn't really a decision. I couldn't afford, or we couldn't afford to go to a big-time coach or any coach for that matter. So he taught me kind of everything I know and everything that he knew, and the results were pretty good. You know, it was tough at first because we obviously argued just like any child argues with their parent, and it was brutal at first. But now we obviously just laugh around and have a good time.
Because he's from your father, a very athletic background. He was planning on becoming an Olympic decathlete, I think.
Yeah.
What happened there? Well,
he got in a car accident. A drunk driver hit him head on, and he lost his left eye. He still has his eye, but he's completely blind in his left eye. And yeah, so another aspect that he's been to me is my mental coach. And I just, you know, whenever someone experiences a traumatic event like that, you know, it changes your life, and you can only listen to their advice.
You've seen the likes of Jordan and lots of guys your age achieving massive things. Do you look at them and think, I can achieve what they're achieving?
Yeah, they set the bar. Like, I always have to thank someone like Jordan or Justin Thomas or Daniel Berger. They, you know, three guys who are in my graduating class, all in the top 20 in the world. So they set the bar really high for me and everyone else in my class or my age. So, you know, thanks to them for setting the bar so high.
Well, you can relax now. Nothing to worry about going into the next few years. What would you love to achieve next year? Yeah,
I mean, you can relax to a certain extent, but like I said, they set the bar very high, and I need to keep my foot down. It'd be easy to kind of relax, and you know, I need to try and chase them, which is fun. Winning the first time was almost like an out-of-body experience for me. You know, I didn't really remember much of the interview or sitting on the green or holding the trophy up. I was just stunned, and then. Funny, you know, I just went to the next tournament and it was just like nothing happened. But you know, after the FedEx, coming in third in the FedEx and winning at the Tour Championship in East Lake, that's kind of when I realized, you know, this is pretty special, and kind of felt really fortunate to be in my position. I think it was not what I expected. You know, I didn't expect to play so poorly at first, and I didn't expect to finish as strong as I did. So I guess. Somewhere in between is what I was hoping for, but you know, I'm definitely not going to take back the year. I think it's, you know, it's the ultimate goal for anyone who's been on tour just for 1 year. It's funny, it's just, you know, you can win the Player of the Year almost every year out here as long as you're playing, but you can only win Rookie of the Year once, so it's definitely very special.
Xander started the 2017 FedEx Cup playoffs 33rd in the standings, but he turned things around at the BMW Championship. He played the final 6 holes of the tournament in 6 under par to grant him a spot in the final event of the year, the Tour Championship, where he made history, beating Justin Thomas by a shot, the first rookie ever to claim the title.
I kind of put myself in a position where I had nothing to lose. I think we were 2 over through 11. I looked up at the leaderboard, and you know, in the projections list, you know, fortunately for me, they put it on every board out there, so I kind of knew where I stood. And you know, I was talking to Austin, my caddy, and I said, you know, this is it, really. I mean, we can try and do our best and see where it takes us, or we can kind of throw the towel in. So we gave it our all there at the end. It was sort of a relief to get to the Tour Championship, since, you know, those last 6 holes were such a grind. And, you know, it was really a happy moment for my team and myself. But so once we got to East Lake, we were very relaxed and sort of kept that relaxed vibe throughout the entire week. Felt like a ghost once I won. You know, and when I was in the heat of the moment, it was awesome. You know, even veterans play for it, to sort of be in contention with a couple holes to play in the thick of it. So it was cool to kind of see my name up on the leaderboard, tied with, you know, 3 or 4 other guys, and to be able to kind of eke my way out on top was an awesome feeling.
A major influence in Xander's development has been his father, Stefan. A promising decathlete, Stefan might have represented Germany at the Olympics, were it not for a car accident when he was 21, which left him blind in one eye. He turned to golf, and the rest is history.
I feel like it's rather unique. You know, we used to butt heads a lot more when I was younger, just like, you know, any kid would with his father. Obviously, we spent a lot more hours together, just because he has been my only swing coach in my entire life. And, you know, he was my manager at first. Now, you know, I'm with Ross Schuler at Octagon, but we're still, just everything I do with my team is really tight-knit, and my dad's kind of the core of that. You know, he was my caddy at first. He's my mental coach, my swing coach, a friend, my dad. So he definitely wears a lot of hats in terms of, you know, handling my business, and I'm very thankful for that. We're more friends now, if anything, which is pretty cool. For me to be able to kind of do this with him is really special, and I'm happy to share it kind of every moment with him. So this whole back into the year and even being out here with him and my family has been awesome.
Having achieved so much in his rookie season, Xander's now aiming to keep his feet on the ground going into the new campaign.
I liked what Justin Thomas did last year when he pulled out his phone and had sort of a little checklist in his notes section. And I sort of did that on my phone. Mainly just small things. You know, if you look at my stats, it's pretty obvious, you know, what I'm good and what I'm really bad at. So, you know, everything I do, I try to just stay level-headed and kind of maintain where I am. So I don't really look too far in the future, or I kind of take it day to day when I'm out here.
He then enjoyed a solid follow-up season before heading to the Far East. Anna Whiteley caught up with him out on the course prior to his win at Sheshan.
Well, it's now your third season on tour. You burst onto the scene in 2017, Rookie of the Year. Is it what you expected for your opening year? 2 wins, it couldn't have gone better.
Yeah, first year was special, especially the end of it. The following year we played pretty good, I felt. Didn't win, which was sort of, you know, our ultimate goal, to sort of, you know, show what we can do. And I feel old now already. My third year. Time flies fast out here. You know, all the veterans have told me that, you know, being out here and playing week to week, time travels too quick, and they're all very right, because it just feels, I feel like my rookie season was last year, even though we already finished another one. So it's funny how that goes.
Was there much pressure coming into your second season after being Rookie of the Year? People expect such big things, I imagine. Yeah,
probably more pressure that I put on myself, goals and whatnot. You know, I was still a new face to most people, I felt, so they didn't really know what to expect. So I'm not sure if they expected me to fail or hope that I did well, but I think after we had that strong finish, we expected a lot of ourselves, and didn't do anything too crazy, but didn't really falter, I guess. So it was kind of I don't know what I would give my second year or my sophomore year. I don't know what kind of grade I would give it. Somewhere in, you know, an okay range, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I mean, your second season, 2 second places, but they were big events, the Open and the Players. It looks like you're really comfortable teeing it up with the best in the world.
Yeah, for whatever reason, those weeks are, maybe they're just more fun, or I'm freed up, even though I shouldn't be. I have no idea, but hopefully we can sort of keep that trend this year.
Okay, I'll let you hit your second shot.
Can we edit that shot out, or can we reshoot that?
Well, Carnoustie was an amazing week for you, going into Sunday in the final group. How were you feeling on the morning of that day?
I was okay in the morning when I woke up. Pretty okay on the range. Started to get a little nervous near the end of the warm-up, and then thank goodness the first tee is just like a 4-iron. Yeah, it was a fun day, and it was a great learning experience. We got off to Jordan and I got off to a horrible start. We sort of fed off each other in the worst ways, and you know, we sort of hung in there, making the turn, and it was just, I was happy to sort of give myself a chance coming on the stretch. You know, Francesco played great, and he won the tournament, I felt. So, you know, I held my head high after the event. Yeah,
as you should. I mean, everyone was so excited to see you play, and being in contention in that final group at a major for the first time. What did you learn about yourself?
I think it's more of I learned that I can hang in a major, which is always a good start. I learned sort of what to do now. Everything moves so slow, except it feels like you're making a decision becomes sort of difficult. You know, my caddy and I were sort of scrambling. We were behind a little bit, and we're scrambling for just about anything, you know. And I feel like, you know, hindsight, I would sort of take a few more deep breaths and you know, just keep everything in front of me instead of sort of panicking, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, it was my first go at it, and I guess that's what people do, is usually panic, you know, the first time around. And I was happy to sort of, you know, calm the ship and give ourselves a chance coming down.
Yeah, well, because of your brilliant play, you were so close to making Team USA at the Ryder Cup this year. A lot of people think that you should have been on that team. What was that moment like for you building up to those final weeks?
Yeah, that was also, I didn't feel any pressure to try and get on the team up until really late. You know, Aronimink was sort of my last ditch effort. You know, I thought if I could win that tournament, I'd make things really difficult on, you know, on our captain Jim, but you know, I came up short, and of course, you know, Tony was sort of my head competition, and he had another top 10. So
yeah.
Jim called me in the car shortly after the tournament finished, and I sort of expected, you know, the phone call to go the way it went, and he was super nice about it, and you know, I just wish the team good luck.
Yeah, well, we will definitely see you there at some point. And just finally, your goals for 2019. Every player sets an enormous list, I'm sure, but what would you love to achieve? Yeah,
it's a long list. You know, I think winning any tournament would be great. Contending in another major, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that'd be a big goal of mine, coming down and, you know, slowly creep my way up this world ranking. So there's a lot of goals in place to get to those, you know, end results.
Well, it looks like you're really enjoying yourself out here, so thank you very much. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good.
Xander Schauffele.